Hello, welcome yourselves. I am joined tonight by Dr. Underscore on production and Dave on the mic.
It's an exciting game, so exciting. Everyone's really been looking forward to this. This is about 10 minutes earlier than any other Prem game has started this season, so you can tell they're awaiting this game with bated breath.
Yeah, absolutely. Some keen teams here as we're already going to this first round. There's going to be a quick start here. It's going to be SDCK attacking first twice on this defense here. It looks like they might try to go for something a little bit cheeky, but they're just waiting their time, seeing what they can find.
Yeah, just some pressure coming out onto B at the moment. Delta's doing a good job just reflecting the stickies away from his medic, trying to deny Mezzo getting in as well, but at the moment not too much pressure, just ACAP has come down, they're waiting for some kind of drop down play.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming in from behind actually. They decided to take most of their flank through to E. They are cleaned up pretty well by the side of Twice. It's just Mezzo alive from that bundle of players, so it looks like that push from behind is not going to work out this time. But look how much pressure they've just managed to push through here, having to worry about those players. Twice have already backed up into this passive hold, and they decide to use Uber aggressively in here for Twice. They know that they can't just give up this space for free, and it looks like it's working out reasonably well for them here so far. The health not great on SDCK. They are going to have to wait a moment, get healed back up here, so it's going to be pretty even footing as a repush is going to come in. Sandburn going down might do something to help that, but Buddy is jumping in aggressively here, makes a lot of space, but Hyver finds a rocket snipe onto him, and this fight, it's not really going either way so far. Picks pretty even, but SDCK look like they managed to take the space here, and with Sammy going down finally there, that will be SDCK managing it to take that point here, Dave.
Yeah, just about. There's so much space available for them. They walked in pretty clearly just by the distraction in the backlines. Once you pulled back to that kind of more passive spot, it's very difficult to hold. They went for the trade twice. They knew that they had to get a bit closer. They even got SDCK to drop guard on Fungus, but they didn't get enough purchase with that trade. And now we're seeing pressure going down onto the E point and the C point at the same time.
Yeah, Buddy was making a lot of pressure into that door, but finally found out by illusion there. The rest of the combo of Twice should be coming in to deal with these final players on point realistically. They may get 1 or 2 kills, but that's probably all that will happen. Actually, there's an Uber force that comes out here. Mate is taking this Uber straight onto the point, trying to get as much cap time as possible, but a mini sentry will stop that for now. And Buddy is straight back into the action. He wants to be playing in this heaven area and just raining down at stickies here, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to survive realistically with all these players looking at him. Maybe a bit longer than he should, and he even manages to get out like Uber Force with a little help from Sandburn.
Yeah, big flank from Sandburn coming in through drop down. He's going to find Broken as well, which is really nice for him. Not many players up, a little bit of a spawn wave for Twice, but so much cap time already. Another stab coming out from Mezzo onto Sammy. That's going to really hurt Twice as they're going to struggle to deny this point without a demo man alive. A stab coming in from Axio. They're trying desperately to just stall the cap a little bit. They've got a ton of frags actually here, and it looks like the SDCK push has stalled just about for now, but they do have the faster spawns.
Yeah, they have all these players coming in. These spawn waves just can't come out fast enough as they're so close to capturing this point, and they finally do with 3 minutes 14 seconds. I mean, that's as pretty much as textbook as you can ask for in Prem, right? They just did such a good job of getting Buddy aggressive into that heaven area and having locked down that spawn that no one could really get set up, and then they were just constantly getting players on point to pressure. They did not care about sacrificing themselves because they knew they had that teleporter to get them back into fight. But really, this is going to be very difficult for Twice to pull back. The only realistic option they have is to go for an AE as their safest option.
Yeah, definitely 314 is about as fast as you can do, you know, in an A, B, E, or even a full alphabet push. You know, to have to go absolutely perfect for them, they'd have to speedrun it as quickly as the SDCK boys did. AE is kind of I mean, I don't know if they'll go for it. Teams tend not to so much these days, but they just can't be stalled at all on the B point. They can't mess around, they have to go on the dot. So we'll have to see. Maybe they just break B instantly and it kind of tilts it back in their favour.
Yeah, they'd have to really make a miracle happen. I feel like the only team that goes to those AEs pretty consistently has been Failer in the past, but obviously it's always a lot more risky, but sometimes you've got to risk it for the biscuit in this situation. And with the amount of players they put onto A here, this does make me think they're going to go for this. You don't usually put your heavy on A because it'll take him so long to rotate back. So this is, you know, a sign they're going to go for it. But actually, they're already rotating back. Maybe wanted to fake out a little bit here. They're going to have Broken looking into drop down here. Probably going to be their initiating play coming up as he does drop down. Can he find anything? He cannot at the moment. He's just being spammed by Buddy. Finally goes down. Some nice flares by God and Fungus. So now they've got a real difficult spot on their hands. They need to come up. They're taking a lot of space on the high ground, but so much damage coming out here from Jackie Legs just takes down those players so low, and they just cannot make it all the way up. Gedu is just sitting pretty here up on this little glitch spot. There's a tiny little pixel bug that you can sit on.
Yeah, he utilizes that nice little pixel length ledge, and he's a lot safer up there. It's more difficult to sack onto him, and he can heal most of the players. And then he needs to trade coming out from Twice here. They're actually going to allow Alyssa to teal kill Sunburn up top while that happens, but there's a lot of damage being done. Delt, Sammy and Hiver all taken out, so it's a lot of spam out of the equation, and headshots continue to ring out from Lakey, and so far Twice haven't really found much position whatsoever.
Yeah, they need to get this repush happening straight away. There is no teleporter up top, so Sunburn is going to have to run all the way through main if he wants to even get in. But that's not going to happen because they're rotating to do an A to E here on Twice. They're going nice and aggressive here, seeing what they can find. This is really their last-ditch effort. A minute and a half, they need to make something happen here, but they're already set up on SDCK, so it's going to be incredibly hard for them to really do anything. Look at this sentry gun already in connector. Just denying anyone from getting on this point. It's only really Sammy that can do too much here. Menex is trying to get some cap time on point, but that sentry just denies him completely here. Sunburn's even hiding in from under, so no one's going to be able to flank in there. Look at this. They've just got such a good hold already on the side of SDCK.
And Mezzo continues to get pick after pick and survive. Another pick onto Sammy, an air blast from Fungus gets Listener down into the pit. They're going to chase on to Seb as well. There's no escape for him as Mezzo's still alive to cut off his escape, and White Room is now fully under SDCK control, and with 42 seconds left, it's bordering on impossible.
Yeah, I think it's something like 30 seconds to cap this point, if you have that 3 times capture rate, so it's not looking likely here. I think this is kind of going into garbage time a little bit. They're still going to try to get something done. They're going to make a valiant effort onto White Room here, but look at this, SDCK is already in there, absolutely melted. Poor Menix, even with a vaccinator, could not survive long enough, and Mezzo on an absolute tear of a 4k, Jackie on a 5k. They've just been absolutely so dominant this map on SDCK.
Yeah, they haven't looked troubled at all in that first round, and yeah, again I say Mezzo just staying alive on that hold was so important, because he did actually get spotted, but he was able to call the rotation. He was able to get those players back into that connector. Yeah,
that is just what Mezzo is so good at doing, getting that info, finding the perfect times, and just managing to escape, even though he somehow gets that key picks. I think that's just the communication of SDCK, right? They've been playing together for so long, and they just kind of have it in the bag. But that does mean that Twice are not getting that first seed. They need to get 6 points, as I stated after. So it's going to be first seed for SDCK, but they want to get all the points they can, make sure they don't get put into that third seed position. So Twice are going to still be fighting for this. They've readied up very quickly, so maybe that's a little bit of confidence coming out for them. They are going to be attacking first, so it's them to set the time on this round.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a dead rubber. There's not too much, certainly for SDCK, to play for. They've secured their way to the top spot, but they also want to seal this out. They want to, get that little bit of a mental advantage, knowing that they can beat Twice whenever they want to, and that Twice perhaps can't even pick this map of Steel confidently against them in the potential grand final.
You've got to play the mind games, and I mean SDCK. They don't want to lose. They will try in every single game they play. They're not a team that likes to just kind of mess around and not play for the win here. So they're going to be playing serious here. There's going to be the main calls coming up. And it does look like it's about the same setup we saw last time here. They're going to be putting a lot of pressure to this top area. Gedu kind of hiding on the pixel walk, as we said before. I'll see if they go for maybe an aggressive Uber this time. It took them a little bit to go for it last time, but it seemed to work out reasonably well. Lakey finds a nice headshot onto Broken though, will slow things down. Axio going down as well, so no pick classes either. This is making it so difficult for Twice. They do have a scout on the E-cap point, but there's already some players going back for him here. There's not too many. It's like they're just getting all the players. They can't find anywhere to push. The hold is just so good from SDCK.
Yeah, the other thing is Axio is really struggling to get in. If you can't get a sap onto the gun, it becomes much more difficult to trade. He is in drop down now. There's flames being blasted towards him by Fungus. He's having to stall time after time after time. Again, he's caught by Fungus. So suddenly pressure is going up onto concrete. But yeah, Axio just can't find a way at all.
This poor man, I'm just watching his cam the entire time, but Ubers do finally get traded here. Sammy tries to go in deep, manages to get the sentry gun, but it's easily cleaned up by Clark and Fungus in this. Oh, nice airshot by Buddy there. Very clean from him. And now a couple players coming in, seeing what they can find. Hiver coming in here aggressive, has actually taken a reasonable amount of space. Broken getting a nice pick onto Jackie as well. Might be exactly what they need to get into this, but they got Samburn to go through first, and he just cleans up Illusion there, just peeks around that corner, wins a heavy versus heavy, but they don't want to slow down quite yet.
Yeah, they got a lot of damage out of SDCK and got a bit of space as well, but haven't been able to secure as many frags as they would have liked. Just that one headshot coming out from Broken. They've lost their flank as well. Garden Fungus one smoke out really low at Likey. Everyone's taking damage, but it's a nice little shot from Likey taking out Rumble when the pressure was down. They're going to have to give up the B cap here, I think, SDCK. Oh, maybe they have a few players who have something to say about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too sure here. They love coming in for these aggressive plays. Hiver is getting a lot of cap time though, so look how much this B has been capped. All they really need to do is go one good push coming in here. And with Fungus going down as well, that might be the opportunity that they need really to get in here. And yeah, I think that's secured it. I would not expect Buddy to go for this too much longer. And that's what happens when you overextend Buddy. Broken is still got game. He is still ready to headshot you if you overextend. And I think he kind of won that point for his team, to be fair. A couple of lovely headshots by Broken.
Yeah, now a window where there's no soldier, no demo man for the SDCK defense. So that is a big difference maker. Those explosive classes are so vital to holding points on this map. Broken's going to find Likey before getting stabbed himself, so both of those snipers going in the respawn queue. SDCK won't be too upset about that. There will be a longer spawn on Likey, but having Broken unable to kind of rain down death over that long E point for just a couple of seconds will help them out.
Yeah, Twice have rotated back into this connect area, but they were instantly called by Mezzo, and his decloak gets straight onto Rambo Saw, managed to get Broken as well, so he's doing a great job, and he lives. How does this man do it? He just gets 2 kills, a sentry gun, and lives here. This might slow things down a little bit for Twice there. They weren't quite ready for that spy play to come in and do so much. With Axio going down as well, Sapper is removed. It's looking rough here. I was expecting maybe to go for the alphabet push, where they go A, B, C, D, E. But it looks like they wanted to go for connector instead here, but they've already got a little bit of a heaven set up so far from SDCK, and no real big picks here. Only May on that 25-second respawn.
Yeah, C was given up very softly by SDCK, but now it's because they've set up this hard hold at E, and Twice are uncertain how to approach it. They've currently got their teleport and all their combo out onto the BC connector. They're going to have to Uber in, but it's going to be a longer Uber for SDCK. The threat of Godfuckers potentially airblasting them off the pit means they all have to scatter, they all have to run back. Sammy actually eats a pipe while he's juggled in the air. That's a huge pipe coming out onto Seb. Going to clean him up, take the heals out of the Twice side. Big bomb now coming in from Hiver, but he kind of hits his head, he kind of beeps it a little bit. Delt has space up in the heaven area that's going to allow Sammy to plough forward, so they have got some control of this E point, but Sammy gets taken out by Sunburn as well.
Yeah, Teleporter has just come up from Rambo here, though, and he has got that sentry gun. Gets taken down by Likey here, but Sentry going to be doing a pretty good job of denying point. It's going to make it a little more difficult for them to get on, but Sat comes out of Meadow, so that's going to be sentry gun down straight away, and it looks like they might even get a cheeky flank coming in a second. Well, they are capping this point pretty well from Twice. They need to be careful of this this respawn push here. No one going too aggressive. Let's wait for these spawners. Going to be all rotated into White Room. They are spotted here, so the reflects are ready. But Meadow! No way he manages to do that, man. Everyone is so ready for that white room push, they just completely forget to turn their backs. And this is going to turn the tides of this fight completely. SDCK just come swarming in like a bunch of hornets onto this point here. No one can really contest it. Buddy's doing so much damage into that connector area. His only Illusioner hiding up in this heaven area, but with no one to help him, he just really can't do much.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. SDCK are just locking down this connector in such a narrow choke point. They pick up the heavy as well, so everyone from Twice has had to vacate the E point. Delt and Medics are going to have to run out through the dungeon area. So Hiver now is going to jump on the point for a rocket. Just sees a buffed Pyro in front of him. Not a fight he's going to want to take. Sammy's actually just going to roll himself in. He's going to plow forward, but he's going to pay for it walking into a fully buffed combo. And without, you know, a couple of God Pipes onto Gedu, nothing is coming of that.
Yeah, I think he was just hoping to hit those couple of pipes to try to get that force out of Gedu. But God and Fungus just reflected them. But they don't need the force when they just decide to Uber in aggressively here. Buddy tried to take something in, but didn't really get too much. So maybe a little bit of a mistake from SDCK as the counter Uber does come in from Twice. And now only Clark alive, along with Mezek. Surely this is their cap.
Yeah, they went to go aggressive there, SDCK. They wanted to go into that connector, but you know, whenever there's a Pyro there, whenever there's a full combo there's a Sentry Gunner as well, it's difficult to kind of, you know, fully commit into it. You have to go really hard and really fast, but now there's so much cap time from Twice. They're coming very, very close to cap. It's not going to be a fast time by any means. A couple of defenders alive for SDCK, but they can't get in through Hive, who's doing a great job at locking down that spawn and connector area. So we're going to see a over 7-minute time, which, you know, at lower levels is doable, but at the highest level it's definitely on the slow side, and definitely against a team such as SDCK.
Yeah, I was going to say 7 minutes, you know, if you're an open to mid, you know, it's a salvageable time, but with the prowess of SDCK, I would be very worried if I was Twice. They made a good effort, but there were just so many good plays. Those 2 plays from Mezzo just coming in, getting those connector stabs and then getting those stabs on point just absolutely won them those games. Other than that, Twice, you know, they played it reasonably well, but they were struggling to get through the span. They were struggling to get through that force. I think Axio had quite a rough time overall, trying to really get in and find any crucial stabs.
Yeah, it was just the transition from, you know, capping that C very, very easily, you know, getting that fight win on B, but as soon as SDCK was set up on E, Twice didn't really have the answers. That eventually they were just able to, you know, steamroll it by, you know, overpowering by pushing again and again and again, and it was just about enough. You're always going to have those faster spawns. You're always going to be able to just roll the dice repeatedly, but I'm expecting much cleaner offense from SDCK.
Yeah, you would assume so. They are going to be just looking to take it slow again. Sandburn does go down to a nice snipe by Broken, maybe a little bit of an overextend, but it doesn't matter too much as the A point is only captured now. I assume they're going to maybe send some players behind here. Jackie is looking like he wants to. They've sent Mezzo drop down as well, and he hasn't been spotted quite yet, so he's ready to go for something. Does actually lose his knife, so going to be in a bit of a difficult situation here, so maybe going to have to delay their play a little bit, but there is a fight happening on point here. Is Jackie Legs and May on this point against a Spy and a Scout. Jackie does go down to Axio, and now it's just kind of a pistol battle of these Scouts on point, but I think this will eventually happen. That a Scout does win in this, but Ubers were traded while I was talking about all of this. Is looking reasonably good for Twice here. Mezzo couldn't find that pick. May going down as well here. Might give them a little opportunity to do something if they want to.
Yeah, turned a few heads, brought a few people onto that E point, but essentially that cap time isn't going to prove too important now. They've been able to knock the heavy down onto the low ground. Listener is out of the most important spot for the fight, so that gives them a bit of a launch pad here, SDCK, to try and make something happen. Jackie Legs at the moment just peeking around, spamming rockets around the corner. Hiver's going to use this banner, the battalion's backup, to go and try and fight, while Sammy is continuing to apply pressure down onto this show. Needs to turn damage, but is arrowed back up to nice and healthy situation.
Sandburn went down to 2 HP there. Such a good job by Hiver trying to defend that, but it's eventually going to be pushed down, and now Jackie taking the position. Uber comes out here. They are going to trade, but they lose a sentry gun so early from Twice that they could so easily could repush it, and Buddy just jumps out. He doesn't have a care in the world here. They're just getting ready to do this aggressive repush coming in, and like the picks are just slightly going towards SDCK. They're such masters of doing this. They take these Uber exchanges and they're always so ready to come back in. Buddy doesn't die in this whole exchange. They're just going to so easily take this B point twice and need to back up here into this connected area. They look like they want to stay a little bit aggressive. They don't have their sniper though, so this might be a bit risky while Lakey is watching this angle.
Yeah, no demo man to try and hold this choke point is very, very risky. As you say, they have got dealt spawned up, but they lost the B point because, you know, they had an Uber trade there twice. Losing both their demo and their pyro in that Uber trade is definitely bad news, and now Sammy's still not really in position to fight this. As you see, he's on E, so he's trying to like just put some spam down from E. It's a kind of unconventional hold, stickies, you know, around the connector area. But if Sammy can't rotate back to his team, I don't know how much longer they can hold on for.
Yeah, I mean, he's finally making his way there, but look, they've already taken this slow door area. Sammy even gets picked straight out of that respawn queue. This poor man cannot get anything done. While this happens, Sebastian and he gets forced as well. So this will be full Uber advantage coming towards SDCK as they're already looking to bust straight into this connect here. Oh, Axio had such a good opportunity to get a stab there, but Buddy just kind of moved in some weird and wonderful ways and managed to live here as they're going to try to take this on to C. There is Illusioner hiding underneath. I don't think he's spotted quite yet, so he could get an Uber force here if he's patient, but no, Buddy does his due diligence. He does check it, so no force coming out here, and now this is when the steamroll comes in. 3 minutes remaining for SDCK.
Yeah, they're just moving slowly and confidently and checking every, you know, pitfall that could come their way. There's all these corners, there's all these choke points. There's always a player that can hide. They were probably aware of the possibility of a heavy hiding somewhere. They didn't know exactly where he was, but they took it slow. They were able to take it. It has meant that Seb is coming up close to the Uber while they move through Death Corridor. So they're going to get a lot of cap time on D, but there will be an Uber up for twice very shortly.
Yeah, but once they've got D, this gives them so much better on the respawns, right? It's going to make Seb be pushed straight back into spawn. I don't think he really thought about that he was going to be pushed back into there. They don't have their medic in heaven. He has to kind of make his way all the way around. In the end, but soon on twice to have anything happen.
Looks like we're having a few issues with the stream briefly. Hopefully it's back up and running now. We do hear our producer. He is talking in our ear. It looks like the stream is running just about for now, for me at least.
Sorry for everyone coming back here. We are looking like they blocked that point, but just couldn't get enough, and they've just got so many bodies on point. 1 minute 50 seconds left on this point, but they don't need any of that time as SDCK takes still 2-0. Man, why is every SDCK game the same?